Hello, it's Jennifer with Divinethreefold. Welcome. And today's video is going to be an abdominal workout, Pilates abs, and basically more of a full body workout. You're going to feel it everywhere. It's not going to take you too long, so you've got this. And we are going to be focusing on the pelvic floor. So I shouldn't say this is a workout for the pelvic floor, but we are going to be mindful and we are going to make sure we're engaging that pelvic floor. So this is an excellent workout, regardless for anyone. We all have a pelvic floor, males and females, but this is especially important for females if you're over 40 and you've had pregnancies and babies coming out, and also just over 40. And if you haven't been exercising, then this is for you. But really, again, this is for everyone. So I'm not going to talk too much. I just want you to grab a mat, some water if you need it, and we are going to get right to this. All right, let's get to it. So go ahead and lie down on your mat or whatever space you have, and just kind of gently lay back onto your back, knees up. We're going to just take a couple moments to warm up. Bring your knees into your chest. If you need more of a warm up, you know what to do. Just pause the video and warm up more. But just rock around, roll side to side on loosening that lower back. Start to breathe. Breathing is wonderful, especially for our pelvic floor. If we just breathing, that's why it's so crucial for us to any exercise. Of course, we're going to be breathing, but especially Pilates and yoga that focuses on breath work, which breath work is excellent for our pelvic floor. It's excellent for everything and everywhere of our body and our mind. But actually breathing, breath work, actually moves those little muscles. There's three little muscles in the pelvic floor, and it moves those muscles in its normal range. So, again, even breath work, you're going to be working the pelvic floor. Just go ahead and bring your head, draw your knee towards your nose, and just take a nice stretch here. And release. And let's go straight into our toe taps. So make sure knees up, make sure that lower back is into the mat. You don't want to lift up off the mat, so draw that navel towards spine and just bring up your knees and just start to toe tap. Being mindful of pressing down, drawing that navel to spine, and just start to alternate, slightly tapping the toe. You can have your hands flat on the mat and just start to really feel those abdominals firing, waking up, and breathe. So again, to clarify, we don't necessarily just need a workout for only our pelvic floor because everything else is connected. We include the pelvic floor as part of the abdominals in Pilates. So you just need to exercise, and again, Pilates and breath work as well is going to help you keep that part of all the muscles strengthened and strong. So just keep toe tapping here. This is really warming us up as well. And this is working that pelvic floor. So I want you to just imagine, think of the pelvic floor. It's called the floor because it's kind of the bottom floor of the pelvis, and be mindful of that. And I want you to right now just make sure and draw it up. And when I say draw it up, it's the same feeling that we can compare it to is when you are maybe urinating and you would pull up and stop that flow of urine. Okay, so just pull it up and you'll be able to feel. Just kind of take a moment while you're doing this, while you're engaging the other muscles, and act and think as though you're stopping. You can stop the flow of urine, and if you feel that pull, perfect. Couple more here, and draw the knees into the chest. Great job. So hopefully you can feel that. Now let's drop the knees back down. And I want you to just do that again. Pull up. Focusing just on the pelvic floor. Draw that up like you're going to stop that flow of urine. Pause, hold, and release. Let's draw it up again, almost like you're trying to grab maybe a small something, like a small bean or jelly bean, and you're going to grab that jelly bean and pull it up. Grab it with your vagina and pull it up towards you. And hold and release. And again, pull up, hold, and release. Great job. Okay, now I want you to draw your knees back up, being mindful of the pelvic floor. Make sure you're pulling it in. And now we're going to do some bird dogs. So hands straight up in the air, knees at tabletop, and we're going to just start alternating. So right hand, left leg, down, and then you tap your toe and draw that arm in back of you. And breathe. And each time, make sure you are pulling that pelvic floor up. Just keeping it engaged. And alternate, alternate. Great job. So just this exercise alone, you can keep your knee bent or you can straighten your hand if that feels nice. But just this exercise alone, you're working your pelvic floor. So you could just do this exercise alone and you will be working the pelvic floor. But be mindful and keep it active. A lot of times what happens is it gets weak and we don't even realize that we're not engaging the pelvic floor. That's what happens for us women after it gets weak and stretched out. Keep going here, a couple more. Nice job. Bring your knees into the chest. And then we're going to put our feet back on the mat and we're going to just do some hip lifts. Some pelvic lifts, and these are also a great exercise to make sure you're working and engaging that pelvic floor. So we're just going to lift slightly up here as far as high as you can go with just not pushing too much into the neck or the shoulders. Engage the glutes and then draw that pelvic floor up and hold and release. And you can inhale and then exhale, draw it up, hold the pelvic floor up and hold and release. Great job. Again, and just hold, pull it up and release. And up, squeeze everything, including and release. And again, up, squeeze the glutes, pelvic floor pulled up, navel back towards spine, and release. Great job. One more time, up, hold, squeeze, everything, hold, and release. Excellent job. And just kind of rock forward and back here. This is a great stretch for the pelvic floor. We also need to stretch it. It not only needs to be strengthened, but it needs to be stretched. So you're going to be doing that with all the stretches, but this one's particular is excellent. And release. Now we're going to take a breath and lift the hips, hold here, and pull everything in, squeeze the glutes, pull the floor up. And then just try and lift your right leg up. And really keep squeezing, keep squeezing, keep squeezing. And draw the leg down and up, I know this is difficult. Try and keep everything squeezed in, including that floor. 2 more, 3, 4, and release. Great job. Those are difficult. Draw your knees into your chest. I hope you felt that pelvic floor working. And let's try the other side. So lift the hips, squeeze everything, and lift that leg straight, hold, squeezing everything, keeping those hips as level as you can. And let's just bring the leg up, down, while you're squeezing everything in. You've got this. Great job. 1, 2, and release. Great job. Knees into the chest. You're doing so good. Just kind of rock side to side. Then I want to roll up. Let's roll up. And we're going to have our knees, legs straight out in front of us, sort of in a roll-up position, but we're going to do half rolls. So this is also a great way to strengthen the pelvic floor. So arms straight out, straight. And you're just going to go down, not all the way, stop right here, squeeze everything, and back up. Down, squeeze, up. Down, squeeze, up. 8, 7, 6, 5. Make sure you're breathing. 3, 2, make sure you're squeezing everything in. And if you can tell when you lean back like this, you can feel it naturally that you're pulling back and you're pulling up on the pelvic floor. Nice job. And just lean forward. Take a nice stretch over your legs. Breathe. Nice job. Now we're going to flip over into a plank. So come to your knees and just take a moment, take a breath. And we're going to go into a plank. A plank is an excellent exercise for engaging all of the abdominal muscles and the pelvic floor. So breathe and pull everything in. Pull up that pelvic floor. Draw the navel to spine. Feel it. You've got this. Just imagine you're just tightening everything in that area. Everything together. Tightening, tightening. You've got this, and breathe. One more breath. And release. Great job. Take a breather. And let's come back up. We're going to go onto our side. Wrist and the shoulder. And you can come up on your knee. This is our Pilates move. Or you can go on to a full plank if you're feeling up for it today. So then just drop into a full plank. Okay? So either one, I want you just to lift the hips. So if you're here, you're going to lift the leg and hold, and then we're going to do some 2, 3. If you're down into a full plank, then you can imagine holding, and you're going to just lift. 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold, pull everything in. Mindful, nice job. I'm going to go down here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And hold and pull. Make sure you've got everything pulled in. And release. Take a stretch to the middle. And we're going to switch sides. So same thing. You can be on your knee or you can be in plank, whatever you're feeling up for today. And we're going to lift the leg, hold, pull everything in, and and lift. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and pull everything in. Don't let your floor bottom out. 7, 8, 9, 10, and release. Great job. Take a stretch to the middle. You're doing such a great job. Now we're going to do our last exercise. We're going to open our legs, sort of meet, have the toes touching in the back. So you're in a diamond shape, but you're on your knees. If this is not conducive, that's okay. You can skip this. I want you to come up and press the pelvis forward and draw. Make sure you're drawing everything up and in, including the abdominals. Down and up, and squeeze the glutes. Sort of press the hips forward and down. Up and squeeze, down. Squeeze. You're going to feel this everywhere in your thighs. Squeeze. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze everything. Hold here for a moment and squeeze. Make sure that pelvic floor is drawn up. This is great for your lower abdominals. Again, for your thighs. A few more. You've got this. 6, 5, 4, squeeze. 3, squeeze. 2, squeeze. 1 more. Squeeze. Yep, you guessed it. We're going to hold here. Draw everything up. Great job. And release. Take a nice stretch. I want you to move into a butterfly position, which will be a nice stretch. This is a great stretch to stretch the pelvic floor as well as the vagina, because this stretches the muscles and it's so relaxing and it is excellent. If you want to have it more intense, you can lean down with your hands on your feet and just press slightly your elbows into your legs and breathe. Remember that breathing is wonderful. So I want to walk you through a breath. So as you inhale, you can think of also, as you inhale, match the pulling up of the pelvic floor with the breath. So let's try it. So as we inhale, draw it up, and exhale, release it. And as we inhale, drop that pelvic floor and all the abdominals, engage them all, hold, and exhale. Nice job. Let's try one more. Inhale as we're drawing up, and exhale. Release it. Great job. This should feel really good. We're going to do one more stretch after this, which is also very good for the pelvic floor and stretching the muscles, because we need to stretch them just as much as strengthening them, just like any other muscle in our body. Let's take Happy Baby, which is more of a yoga pose, but feet in the air, flat, so your feet facing the ceiling, and you can hold on wherever you can. If you can't reach your feet, that's okay. You can hold your shins, but drawing back the legs like this is going to stretch, again, the pelvic floor as well as the vagina. And this is an excellent exercise and stretch. More of a stretch, but it's really stretching those little muscles that not every which way you turn or move or stretch will stretch those particular muscles. And breathe. You can try as well in this position to do pulling up the pelvic floor. So let's inhale, drawing everything in. It's actually quite easy to do in this position, and hold and release. And inhale, drawing everything up. Hold, squeeze, and release. And again, inhale, up, hold, and release. You can rock side to side if that feels nice. Now just relax everything. Take a couple cleansing, relaxing breaths. And draw your knees into your chest. You did a great job. I hope you have enjoyed this. I hope you felt your pelvic floor, and I hope you just got a sense of understanding more about the pelvic floor. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful day. And don't forget to subscribe, but you already know how to do that. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day.